What's up, Stanleys, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends? Welcome back to the best family in all of YouTube. Today, I'm going to be encapsulating the story of Anya Kuro, aka the Dark Woman, from the Star Wars Expanded Universe Dark Horse comics. This character is definitely a favorite and incredibly memorable from my childhood. She is among the most powerful of the Jedi Order, and she survived Palpatine's issue of Order 66, which insinuated, orchestrated, and meant the betrayal of the Jedi by their clone generals. So without any further ado, let's get started. Anya Kuro was a female Jedi Master during the waning years of the Clone Wars in the Galactic Republic. In her perspective, her loyalty to the Force was beyond mandatory and obligatory. Thus, during her enrollment in the Coruscant Jedi Order, she became the Dark Woman because of her use in the dark side of the Force and her non-traditional approach to teaching students, a honored and respected Jedi Master by the Jedi High Council. Here's a direct quote pertaining to the Dark Woman. "She is a strange one, even among the Jedi. Her devotion to the Force is such that she even renounced her own name as a sign of selfless fealty. She is only known as the Dark Woman." Now to her physical characteristics. She had silver hair and wielded a purple-bladed lightsaber. Similar to legendary Force users among individual eras of the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Examples I shall provide are Lightside Revan, Redeemed Revan, who defeated his former apprentice Darth Malak, one who is known as a hero to the Jedi Order during the Old Republic era. Slayer of Mandalore wielded two separate lightsabers, purple and red, drove the remaining Mandalorian army into deep space. The Dark Woman as well reminds me of Darth Vader, embraced both philosophical aspects of the light side and dark sides of the Force. Not just knowledgeable and experienced in the lore of the Force, but surely most impressively powerful, comparatively powerful to Darth Sidious, Darth Plagueis, and Darth Tenebrous. She was a blind master of the Force. Her connection and intimacy with the Force was uncanny as well. I personally would conject that the Dark Woman was nowhere nearly as powerful as Darth Vader. Notably, Anya Kuro was one master of the Jedi Order who resided isolated from populated areas of civilization. When returning to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, she routinely established one lightsaber duel with her students each week. The consistent and rigorous scheduling accommodated her students to become the greatest lightsaber combatants. Her students adopted a strong will and dedication to a focused concentration, a genuine teacher. She responsibly trained her students to fight without any resistance at all. She would continuously taunt her students to maximize the amount of power in the Force they have. Anya Kuro's defense consists of a variety of individual fighting styles, which is essential in protecting oneself. As you can see, she is training with Jedi Padawan Sharad Hett. It would also skillfully test their allegiance to the Force. Words were weapons, just as powerful as the burning blade of a lightsaber. Anya Kuro knew that battles outside of training came with real consequences, severe consequences, such as being murdered by a more controlled opponent. The opponent's emotions while sabers are clashing can possibly determine the outcome of a lightsaber battle. Fast, quick, agile, a top-tier lightsaber duelist for sure. She was very tall, slim, and had a very light skin complexion. Her strength was an impressive feat itself considering her old age. It's crucial to comprehend this concept of emotion. She views that the intense training is necessary for her apprentices. In actuality, Anya Kuro was a decade and a half older than Count Dooku during the Clone Wars, aging gracefully and among the top percentile for her age. Her iconic silver hair and lightsaber hilt distinguishing her. She would very much rather have her apprentices be injured in training than die in battle. Witnessed in the slide, Anya Kuro teaches her apprentice Sharad Hett to have a life or death mentality when in battle, which is what powerful Jedi Master Mace Windu practices on a day-to-day basis, utilizing the power of the dark side while still remaining in the tensions of the light side of the Force. Which brings me to the lightsaber fighting style of Vape-Pad. The purple-bladed lightsaber resembles his immersions in the dark side of the Force when in battle, but also symbolizes his connection and his loyalty to the light side of the Force, the Jedi Order. But Anya Kuro still remains disciplined, to many of the facets and antidotes of the Jedi Order, including and consisting of the immunity to natural human emotions and feelings. No relationship, no marriage, no engagement. It's certainly interesting how the Dark Woman teaches her students to fight in a way that's non-traditional to the Jedi Order. The Jedi High Council was very strict and disciplined in determining the actions of its own organization. To break one following or to break one teaching is to dispel oneself from the whole Jedi Order. The Dark Woman, or Anya Kuro's very first Jedi apprentice, was now Jedi Council member Ki-Adi-Mundi, a Syrian Jedi Master during the waning years of the Clone Wars. A resourceful, serene, humble, and polite Master of the Council, he was an outspoken and well-going Master as well. Unfortunately, he died at the end of the Clone Wars during Order 66. Commander Bakar and the Galactic Marines on Magito mercilessly gunned down Ki-Adi-Mundi at the end of the Clone Wars during the issue of Order 66. Anya Kuro felt a disturbance in the Force during Order 66 when all her Jedi comrades were being executed and killed within seconds of time. No quantity of training could prepare for the treacherous Jedi Purge. Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman's second Jedi apprentice, was John Antilles, who wielded a green-bladed lightsaber. Anya Kuro had several Jedi apprentices, two of which, in reality, turned to the dark side of the Force. Her third apprentice was Ayura Singh. Due to a series of tragedies and misfortunes, Ayura Singh became a bounty hunter. A vicious bounty hunter in which her priority was specializing in Jedi and political assassinations. She was featured in a grand quantity of Star Wars Expanded Universe comic books by Dark Horse. Ayura Singh's lightsaber battle and duel with Aayla Secura really showcased and illustrated the extent of Anya Kuro's, the Dark Woman's, training with her apprentice before she turned to the dark side and became a bounty hunter. Further theoretical examination can be apparent in Star Wars The Clone Wars, Volume 4 Light and Dark, Dark Horse comic book, in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. I wholeheartedly believe that the Star Wars Expanded Universe is still canon to this day, in my eyes. 25,139 years of rich history and lore. Every individual story published is remarkably memorable. The enrichment of minor characters were magnificently entertaining. Now I proudly present to you a fun fact that you may or probably have not yet known about. Ayura Singh had a cameo in The Phantom Menace during Anakin vs. Sebulba, Boonta Eve Classic Race on Tatooine. Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman's final and fourth apprentice, was Sharad Hett. Sharad Hett was a Tusken Raider Jedi Master born on the planet of Tatooine. I declare that he was among the 5 most power-wielding Jedi Masters of his era. During the waning years of the Clone Wars, in the Rise of the Empire era, Sharad Hett's dexterity was admired. Runner-up to Anakin Skywalker, Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, training Sharad Hett since he was a small child, proved successful, as Sharad Hett consisted of the 100 Jedi that survived Order 66. Wielding 2 green lightsabers, he oathed his responsibility to return to the Twin Suns planet, his origin of birth. Sharad Hett, the war leader of several Tusken clans in the Junlan Wastes. Sharad Hett arrived with half a dozen large, massive banthas. Sharad Hett reunites with Master Kenobi, surprised that Master Obi-Wan Kenobi survived Order 66. Because Sharad Hett was the leading blood of the Tusken Raiders, Sharad Hett expresses that a true Jedi would protect his people as the main priority. Obi-Wan proclaims his will that the settlers and farmers shall not be involved. Lightsaber duel initiates. Sharad Hett force pushes Obi-Wan horizontally. Obi-Wan is sent flying parallel to the surface. Hett's green lightsaber is sent speeding at an accelerating motion. Sharad Hett and Obi-Wan locked blades, producing a hue, combination of green and blue. They met eye contact. Suddenly, Obi-Wan disarms Sharad Hett, and Sharad Hett is sent flying through the air. Completely defeated, Sharad Hett becomes a bounty hunter. During the Yuzong Vong War, being tortured to death, he entirely, 150% becomes the Dark Lord of the Sith, now known as Darth Krayt. Darth Krayt is immensely skilled, reaching his full potential. 138 years after the Battle of Yavin, establishing the rule of the One Sith. Within the Temple of the One Sith, Darth Reeve completes his report to the ultimate Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Krayt. Sith in this era include Darth Maladi, Darth Talon, Darth Weirlock, and Darth Nihil. Anya Kuro was the most sternest master in the whole Jedi Order. Her proficiency in lightsaber combat made her a very, very dangerous opponent. Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, alongside Jedi Master Thome, survived Order 66. Unfortunately, Jedi Master Thome would die years after. Jedi Master Tra Saw survived the entirety of the Great Jedi Purge, alongside Jedi Master K. Crook. Obscenely gifted assassin of Vader, Mara Jade discovers the whereabouts of Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman. Vader comprehends that Mara Jade is not yet ready to face a formidable opponent like the Dark Woman. Vader traveling to Koffragen 5, a planet isolated from populated civilization. The skies welcome the unknowing chosen one. Deep, deep inside, he is Anakin Skywalker, prophesied to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force. The Dark Woman is meditating in her garden, a multitude and myriad of colors illuminating lushfully. Vader enters the grand garden, gazing up at the tallest tree. Vader senses a presence that he has not felt since. Encountering Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, lightsabers are initiated. Vader realizes the consequences of not fighting full force. Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, attacks Vader at lightning speed, a speed only a few Force users can attain, I must say. Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, uses the Force to trap Vader using a botanical plant. Vader struggles to escape as Anya Kuro taunts Vader simultaneously. Vader lashes an even more powerful strike, utilizing Makashi, the heavy strikes that distinguishes Vader. Vader and Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, are at an intense blade lock, Vader's strength becoming overbearing for the old Jedi. Suddenly, the Dark Woman, Anya Kuro, is sent with a suffocating Force choke. This is the power of Vader. This is A New Hope Vader. Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, loses all feelings in her body, loses all feelings of touch, collapses to the ground. In Vader's dark perspective, mission accomplished. In actuality, this is a notable moment in time. Vader has never seen a Force ghost in his life. Anya Kuro simply speaks. Do you now see? Your might is nothing compared to mine. Remember, Skywalker, even a faint light shines the brightest, surrounded by darkness. In continuity and retrospective, in the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith novelization by Matthew Stover, it directly says and states very, very near the binary sunset scene, the brightest light cast the darkest shadow. The very, very thing Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, spoke to Vader is reminiscent of Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader redeemed, destroyed, and overthrown Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, and brought balance to the Force. Vader vanishing, and Anakin Skywalker returning as the embodiment of the light side of the Force. My finalizing conclusion was that Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, was approximately at the same power level as Shaak Ti, whom Galen Marek, Vader's secret apprentice, fought Shaak Ti in the middle of Star Wars The Force Unleashed video game. In my individual proclamation, I announced that Galen Marek versus Shaak Ti was my most favorite lightsaber duel from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. The very planet Galen Marek and Shaak Ti battled on, Felucia was featured and appeared in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Episode 3, when Commander Bly and the 327th Legion executed Jedi Knight Aayla Secura due to Order 66. I shall supplementally infer the verisimilitude that Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, was at the same power level as Caledonian Jedi Council Master Plo Koon. Anya Kuro and Plo Koon are definitely equivalent in terms of who would win in a battle against each other. Here are my final thoughts on Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman. The design of her lightsaber hilt is the most impressively exquisite. If I was a Jedi Knight or Jedi Master, that would be my preferred lightsaber hilt design. Her placement is among my top 15 Star Wars Expanded Universe characters. I greatly appreciate the verisimilitude that she had an individual different perspective on lightsaber battles as compared or opposed to the rest of the Jedi High Council on Coruscant. A very fast, agile, and dexterous Jedi Master that I would rank to be in the top 10th percentile for Jedi Masters. For her specifically to hold her own at her age against Vader is a very, very impressive feat to say the least. Even if she was in her prime, there's no way that she would be able to defeat Darth Vader. I can imagine her contending against someone like Mara Jade, but no one near the level of the Chosen One, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker. For supplemental insight, I'm referring to post-ROTJ Mara Jade Skywalker during the new Jedi Order years. So, if you enjoyed my video, how powerful was Kuro, the Dark Woman, please smash that like button. Can we reach 500 likes in this video? Comment down below who do you think is an excellent combatant opponent for Kuro, the Dark Woman. And subscribe. Thanks for watching, and like anytime, may the Force be with you, always.